In today's video, I'm going to show you how to stay safe on the water while kayaking and how to prepare. Be sure to stay until the end of the video because I'm sure you'll learn something new. Alright, what's up everybody? My name is Jack Billing, CEO and founder of Shedknives. In today's video, like I said, I'm going to show you how to prepare for a kayaking trip, how to stay safe on the water, and everything in between. So, also real quick before I start the video, I just want to let you know that I did a blog on this, so if you want to get even more into detail on this subject, or if you just like to read, be sure to click the link in the description to go check out blog number 34. So let's get into it with point number 1 here. Number 1, you got to choose the right kayak and you got to choose the right gear. So for those of you who don't know, I used to teach kayaking at Rodney Scout Reservation back in 2019. I did that, and then in 2018 I also taught for a few weeks there in the kayaking area, so I know my kayaking stuff. And I've also been to Maine, to Acadia National Park, and I've kayaked around that area there. So in the ocean, 300 feet deep of water, and yes, I did see a shark up there. So for all you guys who say sharks don't exist in Maine, they definitely do. So anyways, I've done my fair share of kayaking, and having the right gear, having the right boat even, is very important. So we have a few different types of boats. Okay, really it's by size. Sure, you can get into some of the different details in there, like does it have a rudder, does it not, but really look at size of your boat. Having a larger boat is going to be better for longer distances. If you're in the ocean, for example, like when I was up in Maine, I had a very long kayak and it had a rudder on it, and that was so we could stay straight and just kind of cut through the water a bit better than one of those shorter boats, where I like the shorter boats when I was teaching my class because I could get from student to student and navigate a bit better. Whitewater rafting, I was using those types of kayaks to navigate around there. So just stuff like that. You need to have the right boat, also the right gear. Dress for the weather. If it's going to be raining, also think about your environment. Should you be kayaking in the rain if it's your first time? Probably not. But just be prepared with what you're wearing, what you're bringing. Number 2 here, you need to learn the proper techniques before you even begin. If you're new to kayaking, if this is the first time you're planning on going kayaking, or maybe you've only been a few times, a good way to get started and to practice the movement is to actually train by just walking in the water fully equipped. It may sound odd at first, but hear me out. Walk in with your life jacket on, with your paddle, alright, and just practice the different paddles in the water. You're going to feel the different resistance as you're standing. You'll feel the push, you'll feel the pull, you'll feel different sides, different motions, so you'll feel that a lot better when you're standing. So just in a standing position is very important when you're first starting. Now, if you've been in the kayaks before and you know what you're doing, then this is different. We move on to our next bit of skills, which is actually learning different types of kayak paddle strokes. You can bring your boat left to right, not just forwards and backwards. So there's all sorts of stuff you can learn that way. Just make sure you know the right techniques. All right, so number 3 is check water and weather conditions. You may have really good weather, but the water may be really bad. Now, that's not likely to happen. Really, you're more likely to experience bad water and good weather in the ocean. You may have a lot of chop. You may have riptides. For example, you can have clear skies, a very sunny day in the ocean, but you'll have all sorts of riptides, which if you're in a boat, it's better than being without a boat, but still, when you're in your kayak or a self-propelled boat, you can be dragged out to sea a mile or two out. So you just need to be very careful of that. Also check your weather. make sure you're not going to experience anything like lightning, heavy rain, sleet, if you're going in the winter, snow, anything like that. So the clearer it is out, the better it is for you. So just double check your weather. Also, just when you go out based on your skill level. So if you're going out at about 6 p.m., 7 p.m. in the fall, it's already getting dark. And if you're new to kayaking, you probably shouldn't be doing that because you might not know your way back. So there's all sorts of things to think about. These are all just things to write down, all things to review. So just be careful, know what you're doing. All right, moving on to number 4 here. Practice water safety awareness. There's different rules when it comes to boating. If we're both in motorboats, if you have the bigger boat, I have to make way for you, that sort of thing. So kayaks, they play into that as well. Just be aware of your water rules, do some research. So this entire guide, really, just know what you're doing. That's, if I could sum it up, just know what you're doing, do the research, look into it. And if you're watching this video, you're obviously doing your research, so good for you. Another thing with water safety, be aware of larger vessels, okay? I was mentioning about motorboats. You need to be aware of those because sometimes they do not see you, and you need to assume they will never see you because you're so close to the water. They may be busy with a party, they may be busy doing something else, and they just don't see you. So keep space. Car accidents, boat accidents, really the main issue is 2 or more vehicles or boats are trying to be in the same place at the same time. So just stop having accidents by being in a different place. So yes, that pretty much sums that one up. Just know who's around you and know what you're doing. All right, number 5, be prepared for emergencies. This is very important, folks. If your boat goes down, if you get a hole in it, you need to have a life jacket on. Okay, that's number 1, the best way to prepare for an emergency. Always wear a PFD or personal flotation device, no matter what you're doing on the water. Whether you're in a kayak or a boat, wear a PFD because that's your number 1 defense on keeping you safe during an emergency. Also, you can keep like a whistle, for example, a flare, just other things like that. So if you do go down, you can call someone over to come rescue you. All right, so that sums up the top 5 things I recommend for getting into kayaks and for what you need to know if you're going kayaking. If you like this video, be sure to hit the subscribe button, hit the like. If you like knives, like this one right here, which I take with me when I'm on the water, when I'm doing anything outdoors, you can go to shedknives.com and check out the 2023 collection. I'd greatly appreciate that. If you like this video and know someone who might also like this, share it with a friend. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.